Let's go to Mark in Harpenden. Mark, good evening.
Hiya. My wife works for a major supermarket and has worked there for over 2 years. 2 weeks ago, she was accused of theft and gross misconduct. So that's the history. So what she actually has done, she was cleaning the shelves that had a particularly sticky substance on there.
Is she employed as a cleaner, Mark?
No, she's not.
Okay.
No, she's just employed as a shop worker. You know, might work on the tills, might work on the shop floor.
Is cleaning part of her job role? I might be asking an irrelevant question, but is cleaning part of her job role?
Well, I suppose it would come along with the job if there's a spillage on the shelves or,
Okay.
you know, it's just something she would do.
Yep.
Anyway, previously, over the pandemic, she was told, to get sticky stuff off the floors, you can use antibac gel. It works brilliantly. So she tried the product that they use normally, and it did nothing. It didn't touch what was on the shelves. So she then opened a small bottle, a little handheld bottle of gel from the shelf, and took a small packet of tissues and cleaned the substance off, and it came off lovely. Her store manager then walked up, asked her a question, nothing to do with what she was doing, and then she said, what do I do with this gel and these wipes that I've used to clean this off the shelf? And she said, you've done what? And said, that's gross misconduct. That's it. She's been suspended for theft. So my question to you is, first of all, can they do that over something that wasn't for personal gain, that was trying to save products off the shelf because they were being damaged on the shelves? And could she go to a tribunal if she is dismissed?
Right. Is she a member of a union, Mark?
Yes, she is.
Good. Is the union representing her at the disciplinary hearing?
Well, yes, they are, but the supermarket is being very awkward and making it difficult for her to get somebody from another store to represent her.
Explain that. When you say another store, do you mean a workplace companion or do you mean a union representative?
A union representative from another store. She was advised to ask the store to locate somebody that could be released for her meeting. They didn't respond to the email. She wrote again 24 hours later, and they said, no, this is your responsibility. And if you can't get somebody for the meeting, we'll do it without your presence.
All right. So first of all, let's deal with that first of all. Then I'll come on to the main issue. An employer is obliged to allow trade union officials reasonable time off to do their duties. If it's refusing to allow your wife her choice of representative, if that representative works for the store and the store's saying, well, you can't have the time off to go and look after Mrs. Mark, that is going to be a very, very strong pointer to an unfair dismissal. That's the starting point. I suspect this isn't being dealt with by the stores. You said you're talking about one of the big four, are you? Don't name them, but one of the big four?
Yes, one of the... Yeah.
I suspect you're not dealing with their HR department. I suspect you're dealing with an idiot local manager or idiot area manager.
You're dealing with the store manager who also, she thinks, has it in for her over the last year.
Is HR involved at all?
Not as far as we know.
Right, you've got to contact HR. Absolutely critical. Make sure HR know this is going on. And put in a formal grievance at the same time saying that you've been denied, or your wife's been denied her choice of companion for the meeting. Has your wife had any formal warnings in the past?
Yes.
Okay, for what?
It was nothing to do with this.
For what?
She popped out for a vape when she probably shouldn't have.
How long?
They gave her within a year, and it was just a written warning.
Not a final written warning?
Absolutely not, no.
Okay. So it's arguably just about, if you squint really hard, misconduct, to use a wipe and some cleaning fluid from the shelves to clean the shelves. I mean, it's a bit silly of your wife. She should know she shouldn't be doing that, at least not without checking, but it's not gross misconduct.
She had been told in the past by other managers to do that.
Had she really?
Yeah, but of course she can't prove anything, and those managers have moved on.
They've moved on, yes.
So there's nothing in writing, you know.
Even so, no way is this gross misconduct. It's a training issue. It's a training issue. It is not gross misconduct, and the existence of a non-final warning isn't going to be enough to allow the store to dismiss her fairly. If she is dismissed, I think she will have a very, very, very strong claim of unfair dismissal, because this is just not conduct that's in a million years serious enough to justify dismissal of someone who's been working for how many years?
Oh, 9 years.
9 years,
with
okay.
just one tiny blimp on her record.
All it is a training issue. It should be dealt with informally. Don't do that again. The loss to the store is what? £3 tops. Whereas, of course, the cost of recruiting and training a new member of staff to replace your wife is going to be 1,000 times that £3. So the shop's doing something that's of absolutely no commercial sense, and it's doing something that's completely disproportionate to the size of the offence, using a little bit of cleaning material to clean up. And as you pointed out, she's not doing it for personal gain. It'd be totally different if she put a packet of tissues and some cleaning fluids in her coat pocket and walked out with them to take them home. Totally different. But no way is this gross misconduct or conduct justifying dismissal. So there is clearly something going on here, particularly if HR haven't become involved. The manager is doing something on the sly. That's why I say it's so important for your wife to write to HR. Frankly, the union should be doing this on her behalf and get HR involved, because they will probably stop this dead in its tracks and say it should be dealt with by a little bit of training informally. And that training is someone goes to your wife and says, don't do it again because you're not meant to be doing that. And that's the end of it.
And if the absolute worst was to happen in this...
I think she'll have a really strong claim for unfair dismissal, which will give her up to a year's pay as compensation, depending on how long she's unemployed for. A little bit more to reflect the 9 years service. But
and the fact she was marched out of the store as well.
Well, that's just stupid.
And all her
but
colleagues now know. Somebody's told them as well.
That doesn't impact on the fairness. It's just bad behaviour, but that doesn't impact on the legalities there. But she's got a very strong claim, whether she's marched out, escorted on a chair, or given a fanfare of trumpets as she goes.